Oh, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Hold on. It's buffering over there. I can see it trying to start. There it is. Let me check something real quick. Hold on. It's buffering over there. I can see it trying to start. Oh, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live once again. The Mason IDK live stream is happening once again. You know it. You love it. You can't get enough of it. You called your congressman. You called your local PBS broadcast station. You said, guys, we cannot get enough of this Mason IDK guy in his live stream. We got to have more. Michael, we are live. Michael, we are live once again, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a very wonderful Saturday, Michael. I really do. Oh, man. Is that the one and only Lapis Lazuli VA? As made famous in Mason IDK's many, many videos as the OG executive producer? I think that's him. Or them. Sorry. That's them in the chat. That's them. There they are. Real quick, it gets kind of hot in here in this room, and I have a fan going. I don't know if you guys can hear it. If it's annoying and you can hear it, tell me. No, I'll turn it off. And I'll just sweat. Just sweat in this room. Y'all let me know. Okay? Give me the feedback. Give me all your feedback. Wait for a few more people to shuffle in. It is you. It is indeed. So excited to be doing another one of these. We've had a couple great streams, and I've really, really enjoyed the streams that we have had. And I think we're going to continue doing them. I think, personally, I'm going to stream a lot more. I think I'm going to try and do it quite often. I really like it. I think it's super cool to get to vent to an actual audience. Gonna be really don't hear fan. Great. That's wonderful. I have this mic gated pretty good. I set it up pretty well. I followed a couple cool YouTube tutorials by a couple streamers to show you how to properly gate it so not a lot of background noise gets in, because my house is kind of noisy. I got a couple people living here with me running around. I got a dog barking right now. You know, I think my brother is getting some food delivered, and my dog is like, she's not okay with that. She doesn't take well to strangers, even if they bring delicious food. She's not okay with it. But yeah, when a few more people come in, we're gonna get started. I have a few things I want to do. You know, we've played. The first time we just kind of hung out with one another, even though, you know, all that good stuff. For the second stream and the third stream, we played some games. We beat The Force Unleashed. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. We beat it, one of my favorite childhood games. I had a lot of fun with it. I may come back one day and play some of the DLC levels on it, the super bad Sith levels, the super badass, I should say, Sith levels. But I decided for this stream, there are a couple things that I wanted to do a big old react to, you know, big old reactor channel. Why not, you know? I'm not going to be as annoying as some of those reactor channels, but I have some trailers that have come out recently, and I have not watched a few of them specifically because I wanted to see them first with all of you people out there. I wanted to see these trailers with you guys. I wanted to get your feedback with me, see what you think, and also you can you can recommend some trailers for me to watch. Even if I have seen them, we can talk about them. That's what we like to do here. Rodimus, you definitely have a great personality for a streamer, plus there is a massive difference between scripted vids compared to the streams. I appreciate it. I like to think there's a difference because I like to survive with a script. Like, I get worried about what I'm going to say when I don't have a script. I have time to think about it, but I appreciate that it does have the same vibe. I want it to have the same me talking to you guys, talking to my buddies out there about something I'm crazy about, because that's what it should be. At the end of the day, I know a lot of YouTubers have their niches and things they talk about, and that's great, and I love that. I have a lot of things I want to talk about, so that's what the channel was for, and I think it's truly helped me in my personal life and things like that, that I have this camera that this microphone I can talk into and let all of you know how I feel about some things whether they're in entertainment or even in real life at some points, you know? Crazy people talking about things that they're crazy about. That's absolutely right. You know, you don't have to be crazy to do this, but it does help. It does help. Anyway, we got a few people in here. And, oh, I also wanted to mention, before I get totally started, thanks to everybody for watching the Tron video. That's doing really well right now. The performance of the Tron video is doing very, very well. And I'm very excited about that. I love that people watch that one. I was very happy with that video. I was happy to watch those movies again and edit footage of those movies and you know, get it with the vibe of like that 80s synth music. I really liked making that one. So I'm very happy that people have enjoyed the Tron video. Honestly, I think having podcast streams like that Disney musical you did with your brother. Yeah. I want to do more things like that with my brothers, because I have one video I have planned. I don't know when we're gonna film it, but he just left. I took him to the airport, or like to go get picked up to go to the airport today. He's going to Alabama. But my other brother, the one you've seen play guitar in the Treasure Planet video and was on the live stream for the Oscars, he has a movie called Pure Country that he really wants me to watch, like really bad. And I have never seen it. And he's like, this will make a great video if we get your live reaction. You can talk about this. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So that's something I want to do with him. And then with Morgan, he's like my musical brother. You know, most of my brothers are into music, but Morgan likes musicals, musical movies, and Broadway shows and things like that. So he was like the perfect one to talk about that stuff with. So we could definitely do that in the future, have those kind of videos here. I'm also thinking about taking some topics in the future. It's just for like what we're going to do today, or also like in the future I have like ideas I want to do on stream. I want to rank some films on stream and then take that and make it its own video. You get the full stream of the couple hours we actually do it, where I sit and determine what it's going to be, and then we get the actual video edited down from that. That'd be a lot of fun. It would also be a way for me to give you guys more videos, because I know that my video essay type stuff takes a minute to make. It usually takes a couple weeks. It takes sometimes a whole month, sometimes depending on what I'm working on. And I like to get those out as quick as I can for you, but also I want to fill in that space where you're not just waiting for however many weeks for a new video. I want to be in front of you guys as often as possible. We are horror movie musical videos. We are. I am working on that currently. I am currently finishing up writing that. I have basically I've got the footage for a bunch of the movies that I've gotten by ways that are totally legal. I got the footage for those movies. I'm working on just finalizing the script up and adding some more behind the scenes stuffs and just notes, and trying to figure out how to perfectly structure it and wrap it up and make it exciting. Also, the struggle with that video will be the editing whenever we get to that part. I know that's going to be a problem because YouTube and music, they don't like it. So okay, I'll say this. I'll bring this up before moving on. One of my favorite videos I've ever done was on Hellfire from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. One of my favorite videos I've ever done. I think it's one of the best things I've ever done on the channel. I'm very proud of it. I look back on it very fondly. I could not believe that video did not get copyright struck or like demonetized. I could not believe it. And it still hasn't. Fingers crossed, you know. It still hasn't. And it's been like over a year or two. For whatever reason, I was able to use just this little snippets of the song and make it work. And for whatever reason, so that's what I'm hoping is going to happen with horror movie musicals when I get to the editing part of that. I'm looking for little bits of the songs where I don't use too much, where the copyright bot detects it and freaks out about it. So, Disney forgot, chat. Wait a minute, we're just watching your video on Mall. Oh yes, saving my night at the moment. Cheers, you've helped a guy tonight. No, thank you. The Longest Piglet. Love the name. Love the Mall video. I think that one turned out pretty good too, honestly. It's been it's been a minute since I did that one. I remember that one I struggled to write because there was just so much, and I didn't want it to be, I just dropped my piece of paper with my notes on it. I didn't want it to be a recap of everything that happened with Maul in the show, because I'm not a fan of like, here's this character and just telling you everything you could just go watch. So I try to piece together a narrative without just recapping everything. I think that one turned out pretty good for the struggle it was to write. As a musician, I love the analysis on the Hellfire video. Thank you, Fox Rocks. Love that name too. Rodimus, I'm definitely going to be doing a clip show of stream highlights on my channel, as there's a chance I may have to take hiatus for streaming due to electrician school. Also working on game reviews too. Yep. live stream stuff is great because one, it helps you connect with the audience that you have, and you guys can catch up on stuff and you can update them on things as well. But also, it can be made into its own videos as well. You can edit them down into highlights, into its own thing, and you can treat it like if you're filming one of your regular videos. You just cut out the fat, you know, all the B-roll, the stumbles and things like that. There's a lot of YouTubers that have pretty much moved to that format, actually. I remember Jax Films, I'm a pretty big fan of, and Jax Films, all of his videos are filmed live, and then he edits them together into like a yai, into like his Jax Films channel that I love. I played bingo on that last night. That was a lot of fun. Love that. I'm gonna get my notes that I dropped. Still gotta have notes. I like to be organized. I like handwritten notes. Yeah, character study is a lot of fun, Lapis. Character study is a lot of fun. The Maul one was great because Maul was like that character. I mentioned this on the Force Unleashed stream. Maul was a character I was like, this could be a really bad idea, and they pulled it off flawlessly. Because I'm not usually one for make a note to, you know what? Make a note. New note. Don't drop notes. As suggested by Rodimus, I made a note on my notes to not drop the notes. So that way, now I know. Now I know. Love to hear your process on making Maul while watching it. Thank you. Thank you. You should definitely do a character study on Jinx from Arcane. Brilliant show. The Arcane video is coming. I don't know when. I'm still... So the way that I brought this up a few streams ago. I love Arcane. I had not seen Arcane like around the time everybody else had seen it. And I had a friend who has appeared in the chat before. One of my mods on Discord. Who loved it. He got me into Arcane. He was like, you need to see this show. It's incredible. And I loved it. Masterpiece. Season 1. Season 2 came out, and I still got to watch Season 2 because I got busy with stuff, and I also wanted to watch it with my other friend who really loves the Season 1. We rewatched Season 1, I think, back to back. Like, I watched it with Elizabeth, they left, and then I watched it again, started it over, because I love Season 1 so much. But Season 2 came out, and what I'm doing for the videos, I want to watch Season 2 fresh without taking notes and worrying about the video mindset. Just enjoy it, let it absorb. And then when that's finished, start the show with notes, pen in hand or laptop in lap, and just write and just get all that stuff together. Because I think for that video, I want to look at every character individually. Like, I want to look at every one of them because I think all the characters in Arcane are great. I really do. I don't know what's going on with Season 2 because I haven't seen any spoilers of it. I've kind of avoided it. But every character in Season 1 I truly enjoyed. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Anyway, we got a good chat going on here. So I think what we want to do, I have some trailers that I want to watch. I'm taking a page out of Your Movie Sucks, YMS, one of my favorite YouTube channels. He likes to react to some to some trailers. And I want to take a page out of his book and react to some trailers. Want to watch some of these trailers with all of you. Trailers that I have not seen yet. Let me pull up I just completely messed up everything I had on my desktop. There we go. We're good. We're good. You have issues with Season 2, getting into it, but it's still a very solid piece of television. Okay. Interesting. You have such a great voice. Thank you. Thank you. I would disagree, but I've gotten used to hearing it, I should say. I've gotten used to how my voice sounds. When you make videos, I think everybody that makes videos will know, you have to get used to it. You got to get used to hearing it over and over. Half-Life 3 trailer. Dude, I wish. I wish. Anyway, one trailer I'm very excited for that we're going to look at is One Battle After Another. This is one I've specifically not watched this trailer just because I wanted it to be here on the channel. I wanted to get a live reaction on the channel. This is the new Paul Thomas Anderson film, PTA. If you don't know who Paul Thomas Anderson is, although most of you probably do if you're film buffs, There Will Be Blood, The Master, Punch Drunk Love, Phantom Thread, Licorice Pizza, just a Magnolia, just an amazing filmmaker. Amazing filmmaker. And this is his newest film. Apparently it's his highest budgeted film, although I don't keep track of that too much. unless, you know, after the fact. But it's a Leo DiCaprio joint, and I'm very excited to see what this trailer has to offer. I've not seen the trailer at all. So we're going to watch it together, and I'm very excited. We're going to see if we... Ooh, 4K quality. Put this in full screen. Just a heads up, I am going to pause it every once in a while just to give feedback, but also to avoid a copyright strike, or a copyright claim, I should say. They don't strike you for that, but a copyright claim on the stream and the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I have not seen this. I'm excited. Let me know if there's any volume issues with it.
Rise and shine.
Bat an eyelash.
Good morning.
Like some kind of secret code he's dealing with there. It's from Warner Brothers, who I've called them this frequently, because of H-Bomber Guy, a Super Warnio Brothers. That's what I've called them frequently.
There are no hands on the clock.
Why?
On captions.
Because they're not needed.
What time is it?
You know, I don't remember that part. All right, let's just not nitpick over the passwords.
That reminds me of the oh my gosh, Breaking Bad. There's that they also brought it back in El Camino, where Jesse and Walt like had to disappear. Spoilers for Breaking Bad, but there's like a disappearer guy, and he runs like a vacuum cleaner shop, and he has like a very complicated password. Like you want to order a Hoover Max Pro, whatever. That's what that reminds me of.
This is Bob Ferguson. I was a part of the French 75.
Whoa.
Bitch, I felt like Tony Montana!
Steve Lockjaw just attacked my home, and I cannot remember for the life of my only child the answer to your question.
Dude, PTA shoots his movies so beautifully. I don't know who his primary cinematographer is, but this already looks so gorgeous.
Maybe you should have studied the rebellion text a little harder.
I need to find my daughter.
Well, then call us back when you have the time.
Did you just...
Love that old school looking text there. Looks like it's filmed like actually on film, which I think PTA usually does for everything. He shoots on actual 35mm. TA, baby.
You know, you are so unsuitable for my daughter. My child comes from a whole line of revolutionaries.
So he is part of some sort of rebellion, it looks like. Maybe he got involved with someone who's part of one.
And you look so lost. What are you gonna do about this baby?
You know what freedom is? What? No fear.
Ah, Benicio del Toro. Love Benicio del Toro.
Go.
Whoa. I love that it's not giving away too much, because that's a common complaint about trailers, is they show you like a condensed version of the movie, which usually isn't in, because I made a video about trailers a while back, it's usually not in the control of the filmmaker. It's usually the trailer house that edits the trailer. They give away too much, and that sucks. I'm glad that they're not giving away too much. I'm very interested on when Americans make movies. It's definitely got an American vibe to it, doesn't it?
Not one thing, it's another. Find that to be true.
Ooh, Sean Penn, Regina Hall, Isadora DiCaprio, Taylor, Chase Infinity.
I need you, brother. Sensei, please.
Courage, Bob. Courage.
That's it. Courage. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
It reminds me of his character in, shot on VistaVision. That format, VistaVision, is making a comeback because I think of The Brutalist. They shot that on VistaVision. It's a very old film format. That's interesting. That looks really good. PTA hasn't missed yet, in my opinion, of all the films that I've seen of his. The only ones I haven't seen are like, I haven't seen his debut film, and I haven't seen Licorice Pizza yet. Yeah, one battle after another. I'll have to check that out. I'm excited. Love the piano in the trailer, yes, especially big. It's like edited to the music, and it's not just like a song, a popular song slowed down with a bunch of reverb on it, which tends to be how a lot of trailers are done nowadays. Same energy did in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, he also kind of reminds me of his character in what was it? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which very recently my brother was watching that again. Love it. We saw that in theaters, and it's so funny. One of Tarantino's funniest movies, in my opinion. Movie about the girl being a robot that was spoiled in the trailer. The director said it was the amount of competition, and it was inevitable to do so. Yeah, marketing's a weird game in movies, but like I like when the filmmaker clearly has control over what's going out, like this. So that's one battle after another. I will have to see that. When is it? When does it come out? It says September 26th. Putting that on the watch list. September 26th. Hopefully, if the next trailers don't go too much either, but like this is a good. This was, see, that's the thing. People were like, oh, if it's, you know, you got to give something away in a 2-minute trailer. This was 2 minutes and like 30 seconds, and it didn't give away anything. It didn't blurt out its whole plot. There's no excuse, you know. I love that. Another trailer that I have here that I have not seen that I'm very excited to check out. This one's gonna be a lot of fun. Is Final Destination Bloodlines. Now, I had seen the teaser trailer where it shows like one of the ways, it's like a tattoo guy, a piercing guy who gets in one of like the Rube Goldberg traps, but there is a new one, and they made sure to put our boy, rest in peace, Tony Todd, right there on the cover. Rest in peace. Hey, Miss Fish, how you been? If you're interested to see a cinema classic where I'm from, I'd recommend Sharp, starring Sean Bean, about a sergeant who rises through the ranks during Napoleon's War. I will put that on the list. Longest Piglet, thank you so much for the recommendation. I'll pull up the Sharp intro in a second if it doesn't get a copyright claimed. I'll pull that up in a second after the Final Destination Bloodlines trailer. But yeah, welcome in, Miss Fish, by the way. Miss Fish has been viewing pretty much every stream. Glad to have you back again. Pull up the official trailer again by Super Warnio Brothers, as H-Bomber Guy calls them. 4K. You love to see it. I don't want to turn completely into Adam because he does like a full 4K rant. It doesn't bother too much to me, but I understand why it's annoying, especially when you see like that films are usually shot in like 6 or 8K. They should be able to put a trailer in 4K, you know? You have access to the raw footage. Spring break's about to be over, so I'm relishing in time to consume my favorite YouTubers. Yes. A suburban neighborhood, horrifying, and no kidding, right? The whole Sharp series is on YouTube as well. All right. All right. Yeah, spring break for you, Miss Fish, must be this week. It was for where I'm at. It was last week. My brothers were all hanging around. Anyway, we got Final Destination Bloodlines. Final Destination 6, I believe this is the 6th one. Let's get it.
Drinks all around.
Okay. What are we gonna? Who wants to guess what's gonna happen here? Because the thing about Final Destination is that they're really good about like setting something up that you think is going to happen, and it doesn't happen. It's like a subversion, but they also hide hints as to what's gonna happen. So let's see. He broke some glass. and he's making drinks at this little backyard bar. Maybe he's gonna step on one of these shards of glass, and something's gonna happen. Something with the blender. Is there a blender? Is there a blender? Let's see. Oh, nope. Ice. Oh, no. Ice. Glass in the ice. I was gonna say ice in the ice. A shard of glass now. So he's gonna pour it. He's gonna mix a drink with, maybe he'll put it in the blender. Guy looks down and a Gorilla Glue appears, and then it ends with Gorilla Glue. Have you guys, I'll pull these up later. Have you seen the video of the perfectly cut Gorilla Glue ads? Where it doesn't show the ad part, it shows the person like going, oh man, our table broke, and then it just a random gorilla shows up and they scream and it just cuts off. It's the funniest thing ever. So he's gonna blend the glass with the ice and it's gonna have shards and he's gonna give it to somebody. That's what I'm thinking. Yep. Oh no, he's just gonna give him that straight shard of glass.
Family. You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love
That dude there, let me bring this back. This guy here, we know what happens to him. He was in the first teaser. And he gets kind of messed up working in that tattoo parlor. His piercing gets like hooked up or whatever. They might show it in this trailer, but that was in the teaser.
Just gotta love the one you got.
Oh.
This day would come.
Oh, now they're setting up. See, this is what I like. Okay, they're setting up a grill, like a gas grill, and this Jenga, the giant Jenga thing. So there's so many things that could go wrong, but it's probably all gonna lead back to that glass with the ice. It's gonna lead back to that somehow. Maybe someone will start choking. I got it. Okay. All right. Mason prediction here. It's probably not gonna even show it. It's the trailer, but guy, he has the old man here. He has this drink that has the shard of glass in it, right? He drinks, goes, starts choking, hits the Jenga. The Jenga falls, hits her, she falls into the grill, gets set on fire. That's what I'm gonna go with that. I'm locking it in. Anticipation and suspense, yeah. Can't wait. Let's see what happens. Okay, now,
I held him up for years.
Charlie, get up here.
Now they're you have they're gonna jump on this. There's so much that could go wrong.
Relentless son of a bitch.
Okay, here we go. What is that? That's the hose.
Finishes the job.
It's gonna knock over the garden tools, hit the Jenga thing. See, now my prediction's thrown off. They've added so much. It's giant Jenga. It's a giant ass game. That's giant Jenga. Never played giant Jenga. I've played regular Jenga. Oh.
Death is coming for our family.
Death is coming for our family. Oh. Oh, he's gonna step. Oh no. 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 The sharpest rake. That really is like, who sharpens a rake? Isn't it? I've only ever had rakes that are like plastic. They get from like Home Depot. Oh, he's gonna. Yes. Oh, that's crazy. I never would have predicted that one. That's the thing I love about it, is when you can't tell where it's gonna go. Reminds me of the ending of the second one.
Grandma, what's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Oh, they're in the... Is that the... I don't know what building that is. Ooh, okay. So it's like the other ones. It all starts with like a major catastrophe that one person has like a foresight about. And then they have to stop because death is like, oh, you're owed. You know, you owe me the lives or whatever. And then it starts taking them out in the order they were supposed to die in the premonition. What this looks like is this old lady here managed to get around it for like decades. And now it's coming out, or coming for the family. That's interesting. That's fun. She's had a That's So Raven. movie where people are so unfortunate. It really is the most like.
A lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor.
Lives that were never meant to be
Wow.
saved. But Death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
Oh, they're referencing. Okay, that was okay. We got some references to the previous films there. We got. This is the most famous death in the franchise. It's the log truck from the second one. Like the one that when you're driving, you're paranoid to get behind a logging truck or anything with like on a flatbed or like a, what is it, like an 18-wheeler type deal. You're afraid to get behind anything like that. So we got that. And then we got the flight 180 from the first film.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. Watch out!
Only by a
Man. Priest. Is Tony Todd playing a priest?
embracing death. Will it pass you by?
Oh, he is. Because I thought he was a mortician in the other films. I could be wrong though. I know the only one he wasn't in was like the worst one. He wasn't in 4. He was in 1, 2, 3, 5, and now this one.
Maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
He's about to get truck cooned, or they're gonna do a joke where the car's gonna stop. Okay, yeah, it was behind him. That was behind him. It didn't hit him. Hold on. Yeah, that was behind him. It totally didn't hit him. They're just messing with you.
Good luck.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah. I'm gonna see that. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Absolutely. I'm gonna see that one. Love the Final Destination movies. They're tons of fun. They're super silly, but they're also like the best kind of silly. The only one I didn't like was the one that was all 3D. Hated that one. Dumb Ways to Die, the movie. Yeah. Final Destination Bloodlines. So that's one that I had not seen. There's a few other ones that I could check out. There's a movie called Fight or Flight. That might be fun. It popped up on my IMDb or whatever. Look at the thumbnails here. That's Mr. Trap. It's the guy from Trap. That's Josh Hartnett, Mr. Trap Man. I doubt we're gonna get this in 4K. The race car one. Oh, that's F1. We can pull up F1 too. All right, Fight or Flight by Vertical Films. I don't know. Oh, that's not gonna be in 4K. I knew that. Had a feeling. Fight or Flight with Josh Hartnett. Get a drink here. A nice Dr. Pepper. The Amazon Vampire series, their advertising look good. We can look at that. Amazon Vampire series. And I've heard of Adolescence. I need to watch it. I have not watched it yet, but I have seen people saying it's really, really good. I have a lot of things I have to watch. I need to watch Severance Season 2. I've seen Season 1. I need to watch Arcane Season 2, obviously. That one's way behind. I need to see... I need to finish Shrinking. Loved Shrinking. It's on Apple TV. Super funny show. And need to watch Adolescence. And then there's a couple movies that are out right now that I haven't seen that I'd like to check out. But now we're going to look at Fight or Flight. Maybe we'll look up some other stuff. You guys can give some recommendations. I will check them out. Let's play.
What am I doing here, Catherine?
We're tracking a high-value target.
The Ghost is a Black Hat terrorist.
Deliver the mark to us alive, you get your life back.
We have a big problem.
There isn't a country in the Western Hemisphere that doesn't have a bounty on the Ghost's head.
Oh, it's Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica. Right? Oh, she was also in The Mandalorian as well. And she was the voice of Bo-Katan, Grease. This looks like what does it remind me of? Bullet Train. I don't know why, like the beat up main character and like a going to like a, because like it's a plane now. It was a train in Bullet Train. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's not gonna be as silly as that though. It looks like.
Full of killers.
Rough night?
No, it literally is. It's Bullet Train. If it says from the makers of Bullet Train, I'm gonna laugh. Okay. No, it's definitely trying to be Bullet Train. Wow.
Please open the door.
1 second!
You're looking
Ooh.
for someone that's on this plane.
See, the action in these movies is fun. The humor doesn't do a whole lot for me. Like, it's just trying to be Bullet Train. Like, the thing about John Wick that I think people get wrong is like John Wick takes itself seriously. Like, it's like he fights with a whole bunch of, you know, weapons and improvised stuff, and like there's a ton of action, but it's still, the reason it's funny is how dead serious John Wick is. I think the comedy in these movies is not my favorite, but who knows? I like Josh Hartnett.
And other people are looking too.
Right. Can you find me something to change into?
Who hired you? You're not even sober.
I don't need to be sober to kick ass. That's what he's gonna say. Watch. That's what he's gonna say.
Getting way closer than I'd like to be.
It's not what he said. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm gonna turn in my cinephile card. Turn it in. It's over. John Wick works because he's the straight man to the world's madness. Yeah.
If I bring you ghost and alive, I'm free.
What the hell are you doing?
I will say,
Now these people are paid a lot.
what I do appreciate about these is the fight scenes are not like that super tight, zoomed in, Taken style fighting, where it's the majority of it is like a close up, like really close to somebody getting hit so they can hide the stunt man. They clearly pulled the camera back and show off the choreography. That's going to be the most impressive thing about it.
A lot of money for first class service, and I cannot have them disturbed.
That sucks.
Please!
Someone's put a hit on him.
Well, yeah. Someone's put a hit on him because everybody's trying to kill him on this flight.
What the?
Old Josh Hartnett.
Start going through the luggage. There must be something we can use as weapons.
The soy facing going on there was pretty funny. Oh yeah. It'll be a serious movie in the movie without the silly music and picking the action-packed jokes. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely trying to give a certain tone in the trailer. I wonder if that'll match the actual film.
The security of millions is at stake.
Oh boy. Fight or flight. This summer, only in theaters. In summer. In theaters this summer. Well, that's another one. That's another movie. What a fight or flight it was. They're gonna fight or flight all over the place. Let's see what else we got here. Is there any other trailers you guys saw that were out that we could look at? Because I've only got a few that I haven't seen. Those were the few. The rest of them I've kind of seen bits and pieces of. Most excited for one battle after another. That's the one I'm most excited for. And Final Destination looks like a lot of fun. It'll have to fill the void that Saw, sadly, has now vacated because they canceled the Saw franchise, which really sucks. The Monkey. I have not seen The Monkey. I want to see The Monkey, but I'm not seeing it yet. I haven't been able to get to the theater to see The Monkey yet. It looks like a lot of fun. I've heard nothing but how incredibly silly and funny it is, and like gory. I know it's same guy that did My Beloved Longlegs, Osgood Perkins. That's one I want to watch. Just need to start getting out of the house and go see movies more. It's just been, when you get super busy, it's hard to run. I do have that AMC Plus, like, or AMC A-List, I guess, the subscription service where you go watch a movie like 3 times a week. I have that, so I need to like plan a week, just go. So Mason, how excited are you for Andor Season 2? Incredibly. We could pull that up too. Nate is the bomb. Yeah, we could pull that up. I will. Because I know there's a new trailer for it. I saw the first one. So this is something to react to. I haven't even seen it. Oh, the Monkey trailer. I have seen the Monkey trailer. We can watch the Monkey trailer after that, though. Let's see. Let's pull up. The Longest Piglet has been recommending Sharp. So it has a couple. Does it have a different title here in the States? Because there's this and there's this. Oh, this is a modern trailer. Okay. It doesn't look like there's a legit trailer for it. But the series is on YouTube. So I have to watch that. But we could pull up. We'll go in order. We'll do Andor Season 2. And then we'll do the Jurassic World Rebirth that Fox is bringing up. I have seen that trailer, but I haven't seen it in a minute. So we'll bring that up. It's worth talking about since it was like the first video I ever did on the channel. It was a Jurassic Park related trailer. Or not trailer, movie, video, whatever. Do Andor Season 2. Very excited for this. Andor Season 1, in my opinion, and it's just my humble opinion, is without a doubt the best thing Disney's done with Star Wars since they got it. I love Andor. I need to rewatch it. It's been a minute because it took so freaking long for season 2 to come out. Anyway, let's do it. Minute 22 seconds. It's coming out April 22nd, and they didn't put a first trailer out until like March or like February. So, let's watch it.
I came with you to be part of something. The Empire cannot win.
Saw Gerrera. I wonder if he'll be in this more than he was in the actual movie. Rogue One.
It's a different kind of mission. If it goes up in flames, it will burn very brightly.
I love Stellan Skarsgård. Just want to throw that out there. Stellan Skarsgård, amazing actor, and I'm glad that he's been in like most of the franchises that I love. Like he was in the Marvel movies, he was in Pirates of the Caribbean, he's Bootstrap Bill. He's in Dune as the Great Baron Harkonnen in Dune, and he's in Star Wars now. So, man, he's been in everything. Absolutely love him.
But if I'm giving up everything, I want to win. We have to. We must stand together. We will be crushed.
Resistance is absurd.
Yeah, they brought back Krennic. My boy, Director Krennic. Brought him back. Oh, we can look at The Last of Us Season 2. We can look at that as well, without a doubt. Something I want to bring up about Andor, real quick, that I love. Something about Andor that I think people have been right to praise about it is it has a genuine texture and feel to it. Like, I know the volume was like this amazing piece of technology, but now it seems like every Star Wars show is like really flat and shot on the volume only and doesn't have real locations in it. And Andor Season 1 especially has such a great lived-in feel, and the cinematography adds to that. They like zoom in on the actual technology and things that they're using. The world feels more tangible. It feels like we're no longer looking at this from like a macro point of view, I should say, or like a zoomed out point of view of like the other series. Like when a TIE fighter shows up in Andor, it's a big deal. It's a scary thing, you know. Also love, yeah, like I agree with Lapis. The Lapis Lazuli, the Death Star alarm is being used incredibly. Or just like the alarm in general.
It's a weapon. They're building a weapon.
Look at that old costume. Look at that costume. I love seeing Star Wars aliens, man. Love it.
The monster will come for us all.
Revolution is not for the same. You're right here, and you're ready to fight.
There's a future here for those who dare.
See, it already has just a better level of production and like cinematography than the last few things they've done. Like, this looks great.
Welcome to the rebellion.
Love it. April 22nd, baby. We will be there. We will be there. I mean, I won't speak for everybody, but I will. I'll be there. And then we wanted to do... We can look at the monkey. I know it's been out for a minute, but I want to see the monkey. What's up, Robbie? We want to... I guess we could do the Red Band trailer, although it's probably going to have some gore in there. Something I love about Star Wars is that Star Wars, it's used great from what I see here, is that it treats the Empire like an actual threat. The Death Star like be a big deal and is talked about in a very eerie nature. Yeah. The thing about Star Wars that people like, that they don't do enough of because they're so, I guess, fixated on the bigger stuff like the Force and all that stuff, which is great and I love it. But I also like to see stories from the point of view of the people that exist in that world that are not the most important characters, that are the regular people trying to survive in a world run by the Empire, or a world at war like in the prequels, or in a post-rebellion, post-Empire era like the sequel trilogy or whatever. Like, I like to see stories from that point of view. That's a lot of fun to me. We'll check out the monkey. I'm gonna have to watch this. I'll probably check it out pretty soon. I'm sure it's because by now no movie gets to stay in theaters that long, so I'm sure it's probably already on streaming. So.
Everything okay there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
I'm not a fan of the 5-second mini trailer that happens before trailers now. Like, I get why they do it. It's so that whenever you're on YouTube and you get like an ad, maybe you'll stick around and not skip the ad, you know? But, I don't know. To me, not a fan. Still like the movie, though.
Oh, that's odd. I don't remember locking this.
You wouldn't happen to remember if
That's a tiny door.
had a wind-up toy monkey at the yard sale.
Oh, not a cherished childhood memory now, was it?
So, fun fact about the monkey. This I did hear about. I heard about this. You see, you know how the monkey in this has, it'll pull up here in a second, I'm sure, has like a drum, and it beats on the drum. The original toy, if you all know, is the one with the cymbals, right? Disney decided it wanted to own that because of Toy Story 3. It was like, no, we own that. You can't do that. So they had to design a whole different toy monkey just for the movie. That's Disney.
No, 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 no.
I remember seeing that in the first teaser they put out for it.
The coroner said it was an accident.
I was expecting him to go, this is me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Yeah, that's me.
But it was no accident. It was a monkey. When I was a kid, my twin brother and I found something that loved to kill.
My brother and I found something that liked to kill people. And we kept playing with it. Over and over. We just kept playing with it. I'm sure it won't be like that, but, you know. They're kids. They're kids.
I did everything I could to make it go the fuck away.
That's smart.
But it had other plans.
Hello, brother.
Bill.
The monkey that likes killing our family.
I will say, because they got to design their own monkey, they get these really fun shots of it. That's really cool. I like the spinning drumstick.
Back. It must be back.
I like that it has like red spots on the drum, which could be like from the red drumstick or blood. Could be either or. I like that. This is a horror movie. Yeah, it's a horror movie. It came out not too long ago. Or actually, it came out February 21st. I just haven't seen it yet. But I want to check it out.
It must be vanquished.
Why don't you vanquish it, huh, Bill?
Yeah, man. Why are you making me do it? Wait. No. He did the John Bernthal meme. So basically, it looks to me like, and again, I have not read the short story. I've read a lot of Stephen King short stories. I've not read this one. To me, it's like a similar thing to what we watched recently, the Final Destination trailer, where like we just know that the monkey is the catalyst, whereas like Final Destination, it's death. It's the literal personification of death itself. People in horror movies are so stupid. They typically are, but that's for our entertainment, man. It's for our joy. We would not have a movie were they not. I'm a little more sympathetic, I should say. To the writers, anyway.
We have been chosen to witness its power over life and death in its most devious ways.
Why would you have that loaded in a pawn shop? Why would you do that? Oh, that's funny.
The toy monkey?
It's evil.
Ooh.
It's basically the devil.
Everybody died.
Oh, it's She-Hulk. Check it out. It's She-Hulk. Really good actress that got kind of screwed over by She-Hulk, honestly. A lot of fans are crappy to her because of it.
And that's life.
Does someone get murdered while somebody's doing hibachi? That's fun. Never seen or heard about Final Destination other than what we just watched. It's basically like, it's what that trailer was showing. I'll explain it here in a minute. I'll give like a brief rundown when this is over. Oh, that's fun. I like that. Whoa, wait a minute. I forgot about this because I think I've seen this trailer in the theaters. That's funny. That's really funny. I hope that's not a dream sequence and that's just actually something the monkey does. That's really funny.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta check it out. Yeah, it's out already, but I gotta see it. Longest Piglet, basically Final Destination is, each movie follows the same idea, where there's a group of people, a large group of people, that are supposed to perish in a mass event. Like in the first film, the one that started it all. It is a plane crash, Flight 180. And this one teenager, Devon Sawa, is basically has a That's So Raven premonition where he sees everybody die. And he's like, oh my gosh, get off the plane. And he grabs a bunch of kids and they all get thrown off the plane because they're causing a ruckus. And then the plane actually explodes, but they survive. And the idea is that Death is pissed off because they were supposed to die. So Death starts making accidents happen and kills them in the order they were supposed to die on the plane. That's basically what Final Destination is. And it happens in each movie. And like in the second one, it's a giant accident on the road, a huge accident with a bunch of cars on a highway. In the third film, it's a roller coaster. In the fourth one, it is a race car track, I believe. In the fifth one, it is a business trip, or where a bunch of people are on like a bus and on a road, or like not a road, a bridge, and that's what it is. So in this one, I don't know what the big event is. It looks like the one. Oh no, it was the one where like the one character survived it, and it's going through the bloodlines. That's what the whole bloodlines things comes from. But yeah, we had some people recommend the trailer for The Last of Us Season 2. But we also had someone recommend Jurassic World as well. So I guess we'll do both. We'll do Last of Us Season 2 first. And then we'll do Jurassic World Rebirth after that. Last of Us Season 2. I am excited. I liked the first season a lot. I did. I really enjoyed it. Thoughts on Legend of Korra? Gotta rewatch it. Only entirely watched through the first season, and then I kind of know like the bits of what happens after. So, you're good. You're good. I'm not gonna spoil it for you here. Tanner, I'd like to recommend Hoodwinked. Just watched it a few days ago, and I really enjoyed the writing. I have seen Hoodwinked. It's been a long time. Watched it when I was a kid. Very weird animation style. It's been a long time. I have to rewatch it one of these days and see how it holds up. But I don't remember loving it. But I was a kid and I'd watch any animated movie then. So, Last of Us Season 2. Loved the first season. This is gonna be a controversial season. I'll tell you that. If you know what happens in the game, which I won't spoil for anybody who doesn't know. I won't, just in case. Gotta do a quality check here. What's the quality? You know, Warner Brothers, for as bad as they are as a company, they are putting out 4K trailers. I like the casting of Bella Ramsey as Ellie. I think she's really good. I think a lot of people gave her a lot of crap because they're like, she doesn't look just like Ellie. And I'm like, look, okay, here's the thing. It's the personality that they're supposed to get right. Because if we're going to cast people that just look like a character, we could just go cast a bunch of cosplayers. But cosplayers are talented at looking like someone. They may not be necessarily talented as acting. Acting is a different skill set than making a costume and looking like someone. So, that's just my thought on that.
You okay?
Yeah.
This is where we live. What's that?
The fence.
What's inside?
So they seem to be adding, and again, not to spoil the game for anybody, although most people probably know what happens. They seem to be adding a lot more of Joel in this, a lot more things for him to do, considering his role in the game. I'm interested to see that. This is great. Like that, you know, the show, the first season did a really good job of like referencing the game, but without like copying it. This feels like that. Like they really nailed the look of the dance hall from the second game and the big event that happens there with Ellie and Dina. I think it's Dina, right? Yeah, it's Dina, I think.
People.
What's outside?
I do hope that we get more of the infected in this than the first season. I like the first season. One of my bigger gripes with it, though, is that it does not spend a lot of time on the infected, which I'm you know, I don't want to give up the character stuff that they did, but they spent a lot of time in the first season being like, the world is dangerous out there. And it's like, well, show me that in terms of the zombie / infected people, not just the humans. But I do get why they did it though. It's not like I get why. I just think that they could have used a little more time with the people that are infected, with the clickers and the runners and all that good stuff. But that's just my thought. Just my opinion. Just what I think.
Monsters.
What I'm interested in this season specifically is, without spoiling the game, I wonder, because it's a show, how people will feel about the events that take place. Because I think the game, the biggest criticism of the game from a lot of people, myself included, is that a lot of it isn't necessarily gameplay, a lot of it is story and cutscene. With a show, that's all there is. So maybe people will be more open to the decisions that they made in the story. Which I have my issues with the second game as well in terms of the story, but I don't hate it the way everybody else does. I've kind of evolved on my opinion on The Last of Us 2. I used to hate it like everybody else. I've kind of changed on my opinion on it. Still don't love it as much as I do the first one, but just how I feel. Michael Barlow, Light of Your World. I've not heard of it. We will check the trailer out after Jurassic World Rebirth. I will look at that. Thank you for letting me know. Let's get going on season 2.
By the time the sun comes up tomorrow, there's a very good chance you'll be dead.
I love Jeffrey Wright. Glad to see him in this. Don't know who he's playing. Don't care. Love Jeffrey Wright.
We're gonna lose.
Don't you know what he did?
The music is intensifying, as the subtitle said. The music is intensifying. I always love that subtitle, but I get why they do it. It's just kind of funny.
You swore.
You said the F word, Joel. How dare you? You swore. This is a PG show. What the hell, dude? Yeah, I'm interested in it. I really am. I look forward to it more than I did. More than I dread it. Like, a lot of people were like, oh god, season 2 is going to be so bad. I'm like, I don't think so. I think they've had several years since that second game to really think about how they want to portray that story and the decisions made in that story from the writing standpoint. That's just how I feel, though. We'll see what they do with it. I trust Craig Mazin and the people that run the show, especially with how good the first season was. All right, so we got Jurassic World Rebirth next, and then we're going to look up Michael's suggestion of Light of Your World. We're going to look that up next. We're going to do that. So Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic World Rebirth. Isaac, the leader of the WWF, having played the second game before. Oh, wow. I didn't know who that he was playing that character. It has been a good minute since the second game, and so give me credit that I remembered a lot of it. The parts I remember are the parts with that are more controversial. So. All right. 1080p enhanced bit rate. Read the Jurassic Park books. Read the first book. And when I was very young, read The Lost World. So, is that all the Jurassic Park books? I think that's it, right? I'm sure there's more based on the films, but those are the two by Michael Crichton. What's up, Old School Gaming? How you been? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're watching trailers. We're watching Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World, I should say. Jurassic World Rebirth. We just saw The Last of Us trailers and a couple things like that. In case you missed it, the VOD's going to be up after the stream, as always, in case you're coming in late. Those are the only two Jurassic Park books. Okay, good. So I have read them. It's been a long time. I read the first book after the second book, funny enough. When I was a kid, I read the second book. It was in my library. They didn't have the first book, so I just read The Lost World. And it had like pictures from the movie in it, because the movie, it was like a movie tie-in book. And then I read Jurassic Park a couple years after that. What's up, Chi? Hello. Hello. Welcome in. Jurassic World Rebirth. Trailer reaction. Let's go. Even though I've seen the trailer already. But, you know, we can watch it together. I want it to play. Now it's playing.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
That's the guy from Wicked. That's Figaro. I don't remember what his name was. Elizabeth's gonna get really mad at me when they watch this back.
This would be a medical breakthrough that could save countless lives. It comes from the largest dinosaurs on the planet. Oh my god.
Something I've seen a lot of people talk about in regards to this movie, and something I agree with. Jurassic World. Now, people like those movies. I've made it very clear that I'm not the biggest fan of them. One thing about this that I like already, I like the color palette. It's got a warmer look to it. That's more reminiscent of the first film. Jurassic World had a blue look to it, for like all three of them, for like whatever reason. It was like blue, and I don't know why. It's a weird color choice, but it's a small thing, but I like the way this looks better. Not a huge thing, but just a small thing.
Fortunately for us, all these species exist in one isolated place. Can you be ready tomorrow?
I can guarantee your safety. I mean, more or less.
More or less?
That's a dumb joke. Oh, I'm sorry. Ha! It was so funny they had to stop the music for it. It was so funny. Sorry, it's just so funny.
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
Move up towards Barbados, avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many.
Do what they did in Jurassic Park 3 and just get a parachute. Paraglide. That'd be fun. That worked out great for Jurassic Park 3.
Anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
Except us.
Research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
See, so this is Isla Sorna then. Did they forget that they went there in Jurassic Park 3? Or are they referencing that they did? Because in Jurassic Park 3, they went to the research facility for the original Jurassic Park. I'm sure there's going to be some lore expert that's going to go actually here on rewatch, which I appreciate that. Correct me when I'm wrong, but I have seen all the movies, so.
We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs.
Do we have to get a sample from an egg?
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
Maybe we should make it quick.
They're in a big cave. Looks like they've got like Mayan or like, you know, old Native American stuff in there. What up? This has got to be like DNA from one of the eggs, right? So they have to get 3 of the biggest dinosaurs, and they have to get DNA from them to like what, cure disease, I think is what it was. I think that's what they said. I always love to see appreciation for like the flying dinosaurs. I went to a museum over spring break last week, or I think a week or 2 ago, with my younger brother, and we're looking at the sort of skeletons they have of like in the dinosaur exhibit, and the flying ones are terrifying. Like genuinely, like the bit he had about like that's a bird the size of an F-16, that is horrifying. You're chilling. You're hanging out, you're walking down the road, and a bird that giant just picks you up and runs off with you. I know it's not a bird, but still. You know, love it. Super scary. Oop, copyrighted? What? No way, copyright. What happened? What happened? Oh my goodness. Well. Hold on. I'm still here. It's just... Knew that was going to happen eventually. Hold on a second. Wow. My stream is no longer being blocked due to copyright issues. It says I'm no longer being blocked. Are we back? Can you guys see me? Are we back? It was saying that we were being blocked for copyright issues there. Oh, we're back. Okay, good, good, good. It blocked me. I guess the Jurassic Park footage is too it's too no for stream. Well, we had fun reacting to it while we were. Well, we're not gonna try to risk that one again. That sucks. I'm glad I didn't have to stop the stream and then start over. It did let me kind of get it off screen for a second, but oh well. Anyway, Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm interested in it. I hope they can inject some originality and some excitement back into Jurassic Park. I have not been a big fan of the way Jurassic Park has gone. I've been very open about that. I know a lot of people disagree, but that's the way I feel. Anyway, as for another trailer that probably won't get copyright blocked, though, we have someone recommended. What was it? It was... What was it called? Should have wrote it down. Light of Your World. That's it. Light of Your World. We'll look at that one. I don't think that one's going to be... Light of Your World film. Trailer. If I can find it. It's not coming up on my end. See if I can find it. Getting a different movie. Okay, with the recent announcement, is there any way you could approach a Legend of Zelda movie? Oh yeah, they are doing a live action one. I don't know. Zelda, in my opinion, as a franchise, does not lend itself well to live action, in my opinion. Or, like, animation is better because you can get away with a main character that doesn't talk. Because in my opinion, Link shouldn't. That's part of the appeal. I don't know. Zelda's the one that doesn't feel great to me to make a movie out of. Kind of like with Mario, at least Mario has like a personality. I didn't love the Mario movie. I thought it was fine for kids, but didn't do a whole lot for me. I don't know. There's not enough of a narrative. Well, there's a narrative in Zelda. There's plenty of narrative in Zelda, actually. It's got a really complex narrative, actually. But the way that, like, they've made the Mario movie, I wouldn't want to see them do the Zelda movie. You know, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I have to see what they're going to do with it. I think the best thing we could have got out of a Zelda movie would be like a Ghibli-style film. Like an anime. That's the best I would have hoped for. Any thoughts on Michael Crichton movie, on Michael Crichton novel Timeline, and do you think it could be adapted? I have not read Timeline, I don't think. The last Crichton novel that I remember reading, I reread it for the video I did on virus horror, was the Andromeda Strain, which I loved. Timeline. I have to read this. They apparently did make a movie out of it, apparently. Yeah, 2003. Had Paul Walker in it. And it bombed at the box office. That sucks. The director they chose for the Zelda movie. Let's look at the Zelda movie news. Why not? Let's look at what IGN has to say. Uses its new app. Nintendo uses its new app. Okay. Great. Who's the director? Wes Ball is directing it. Okay. Didn't love The Maze Runner, but apparently Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was pretty badass. So, what else did Wes Ball do? Oh, so he's only done the Maze Runner movies and Planet of the Apes. Well, you know, maybe he's the right guy. Maybe he's the right guy. Untitled Legend of Zelda film. Hunter Schafer expressed interest playing Zelda. I would love to see that. I'm a fan of Hunter Schafer. She's great. I think that would be badass. That'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah, Princess Mononoke 4K is out. I tried to see that with Elizabeth this weekend. They were working. I have to see it before it's out of theaters, though. Or at least buy the 4K restoration when it comes out on Blu-ray. You know what a great movie is going to be, though? 28 years later. This is going to be awesome. I'm kind of leery of playing another... I mean, well, we could play another trailer. I don't know why Jurassic Park was the one that got them for the copyright thing, you know? They got, like... It's crazy, because I had it paused, too, when I did that. So, we'll stay away from... What was with Jurassic Park? Who did that? What company did that? Was it Universal? We'll have to stay away from Universal stuff, I guess. It's just learning what you got to stay away from. Or I should just paused it and let it not play as long. That's the typical way to get around, like... the copyright stuff, like I did with the last trailers where I'd pause it frequently. Ooh, F1. Yeah, we gotta look at F1. Because that's Joseph Kosinski. And this one's Super Warner Brothers, which means it's in 4K. It's in 4K. What do you know? And I'll be sure to pause this one frequently, so we don't get copyrighted again.
Some people look at Sonny Hayes.
You see, I'm not a big race enthusiast, like a race car. Race enthusiast. Race car enthusiast. That came out. Okay. With my slip aside, I'm not the biggest fan of like race car stuff, like, you know, F1s. I like a good NASCAR. Videos about NASCAR specifically. But the thing that you can get out of this to make it really entertaining is the way it's filmed. That's the most interesting thing you can do. And I think Joseph Kosinski can do it. He made the jet flying sequences in Top Gun Maverick super exciting. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do with F1, Formula One cars.
They see a guy who lives in a van, a gambling junkie who missed his shot.
See, he's got her in it. Her whose name is running away from me. And I feel like a jerk. Rebecca Ferguson. Rebecca Ferguson. That's who it is. That's fun.
The best that never was.
And I could tell that's Javier Bardem, who I love. Javier Bardem.
But I see.
Yep, there he is.
Possibility.
And if you don't
Yeah, they're using this. This is one of the few songs for a trailer that actually works, because this is the theme song for Formula One. Like, from fans of it, they start Formula One like race coverage with the boom, bum, 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 the bass line from this Fleetwood Mac song. So, this the chain, it makes sense to use.
My Rook is a phenomenal talent, but he's young.
See, I like that they're mounting the camera to the car as often as possible. That's how you make it so exciting.
You plus him.
They're gonna game. They're putting on their headsets for gaming. They're training for racing by gaming.
I got a team.
When's the last time you won it?
Do you guys remember that movie, that Gran Turismo movie that they did? That you couldn't escape the trailer for, because it came out like right, I think around the period of COVID, I think, or something around there, where that was like the only trailer in theaters, was the Gran Turismo trailer. It was like from gamer to racer. That stupid movie.
The race. Sunday, Daytona. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Formula One. Oh, I'm sorry. Then same as you.
Another stop the trailer joke. The buyer from Ocean's 11, yeah, that's Brad Pitt. That's Brad Pitt. His character in Ocean's 11 is always eating. My mom never fails to point that out whenever we're watching the movie. She's like, he's eating all the time. Drives me crazy. Love Ocean's 11, by the way. Steven Soderbergh. You should say director of Top Gun Maverick and Tron Legacy. Motherfucker. Tron Legacy. That's what they should say. My favorite movie he's done.
There's this new guy. He's old. He's such a prick. He's quick though.
If you had any constructive criticism for each other, what would it be?
Don't be such an ass dickhead.
Okay. Question about racing for anybody who might know in the chat. I don't know if anybody does. When it comes to Formula One racing, or like even NASCAR racing, what is the skill that makes you better than everybody else? Because, like, at the end of the day, isn't it just like the... I mean, I guess it's not true. I would assume it's the engineering of the car that you're driving that makes it so fast, but also you have to determine, like, when to pass somebody, like, how to have the reaction time, I guess. I guess that's what gives you the skill. Because, like, him saying, like, oh, he's an old man, but he's quick, though. It's like, well, yeah, they're driving cars that go, like, 200 miles per hour. I could be that fast in that car. I guess that's just me being cynical about the sport of racing, but nothing against it though. Especially Formula One. Those guys, you gotta be good, I guess. You have to know what you're doing. Don't mean to insult anybody who's into that by any means.
That was constructive.
Wow. So constructive. I could never do the gear shift from the steering wheel. I'm too used to the stick. I'd become paranoid that I would push it too many times and put myself in park in the middle of driving or something and just go flying. Could never do it.
Did you win something? There's 20 other drivers still out on that track. Do you think any of them respect us?
You gotta have a good crash scene. You gotta have at least one. You know what that scene looks like? This part where he's like digging on the ground. That reminds me of Twister, the first Twister, where Bill Paxton goes out and grabs like a thing of dirt and he drops it and he's like, oh, it's going that way. They're like, what? He's the tornado whisperer. I never saw the second Twister, and I hope there's a scene like that, and I'll have to check it out eventually.
They're saying Sonny Hayes isn't a has-been. He's a never was.
That's Brad Pitt you're talking about. He's always gonna be a was.
If the last thing I do is drive that car, I will take that life, man. 1,000 times.
Is it gonna end with the Cars thing where, what if it is just like Cars? It rips off Cars. Brad Pitt crashes And the kid stops and right before it goes over the finish line and backs up and pushes Brad Pitt's car over. And he's like, it's just an empty cup.
I'm offering you an open seat in Formula One. The only place you could say, if you win, you are the absolute best.
It's the only place. There is no other place where you can say that.
In the world.
In the world. Looks pretty cool. What's funny here, it looks like it says starring Brad Pitt, F1, Damson, like F1 is a character. Cars is the best racing movie. Not gonna lie. There is no other racing movie that has the character Chick Hicks in it. So you're correct. Kachiga. What are your favorite books? That's a great question, Tanner. I love to read, and if I had to pick a favorite book, I would say it's between. This is gonna be kind of normie choices here, but they're great books. Can't help it. George Orwell's 1984 or Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. I'm not sure if you can see it behind me on the camera here, but I have a ton of Cormac McCarthy books. Over here is my favorite author. I also love Stephen King. I read a lot of Stephen King. There's a lot of Stephen King back over here somewhere. Got some manga there. Some Junji Ito right there. I've also got a ton of Star Wars books. Like, just too many. Too many Star Wars books. It's between those two, though. 1984, Blood Meridian. Those are the two that I would say are my favorites. I also love... I love some of the literary classics. I'm a big William Faulkner fan. I just reread Absalom for the second time. Even better the second time, because the first time I read it, I liked it, but I didn't. You have to read it multiple times to fully grasp it. I've read almost everything he's done except for As I Lay Dying and the Snopes trilogy. Love Michael Crichton as well. Read a couple Michael Crichton books whenever I was in junior high and high school. Kachiga. I also love... More recently, I've been reading Brandon Sanderson books. I had never read Brandon Sanderson before, and people were like, "You need to check him out. He's like one of the best fantasy writers ever." So I've read the first two books in his Mistborn trilogy. So it's Mistborn, The Final Empire, and then Mistborn, The Well of Ascension. And I need to get the copy of The Hero of Ages, which is the final one, and then I can finally read The Way of Kings, which is like every book person, like you go on Book Talk or you go on like the book community on YouTube, everybody loves The Way of Kings. Like that's like their favorite Sanderson book. That's like their favorite fantasy book. Oh, and I can't not say I don't love Lord of the Rings. Love Lord of the Rings. Absolutely love it. And The Hobbit as well. I have never read The Silmarillion. That's like one that I want to get to, but apparently it's notoriously challenging. I'm very excited to read that when I get my hands on it. I know it's probably easier because I've had friends that love like Brandon Sanderson, for example, and they were like excited that I was reading Mistborn, right? And was going to read The Way of Kings and all that. And my friend Becca, who I love, sent me a audiobook copy of the third Mistborn book. I don't do audiobooks that much. I like to actually read it because I read fast. I'm a very fast reader, just always have been. And I know you can speed up the way that the person reads, and it would take me a minute to get used to that. I just prefer to read it myself. But yeah, those are some of my favorite books and favorite authors as well. I would love to make a video about Blood Meridian, but Wendigoon made like a 6-hour video on it, and there's really no point in doing it after he did. But that's one of my favorite books, probably. That and 1984 are my favorites. Love those. I love... It's kind of funny because... Sorry to keep talking about this for so long, but you got me talking about books now. My favorite movies are often like, you know, I'm a big fan of sci-fi, fantasy, animation, you know, not that it's a genre, but like films that exist within that genre in animation and things like that. With books, I like a lot of gothic southern stuff. A lot of like depressing Southern Gothic novels are some of my favorites. I don't know why. Oh, I also recently read Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. That was a really good one. That's one that's been on my list for a while. And when I was very young, I was a big R.L. Stine guy. Got me into horror books. The kid Stephen King, as many have called him. As many have anointed him. But yeah, those are some of my favorite books. Tanner, thanks for asking. I'd love to do videos based on books, but it's hard to. You gotta make those videos entertaining, so you have to like have really good visuals to go with that. What's also big on Goosebumps, yeah, but Goosebumps was I think a gateway drug for a lot of people into macabre horror books and horror literature. I think that was a big gateway for many. Was that, and also he did Fear Street as well, which I read when I was a little older. Didn't love it as much as Goosebumps because I liked the hokiness of Goosebumps. I also loved the Goosebumps TV show I used to watch. They would play it on Cartoon Network whenever it was right around Halloween. They used to play the Goosebumps TV show, the Canadian TV show, the super Canadian TV show. Goosebumps, loved it. What else was it? I think I'm trying to go through a lot of books that I've read so I can give maybe some recommendations for people that want to read and check out some more literature. You met R.L. Stine, Tanner, when you were 12 and had a dinner with him. That's badass. That's awesome. He seems really nice. He seems very nice. That's really cool. I didn't get to talk to him, but I saw the guy who does the artwork, or like the old school Goosebumps books artwork. Saw him at a convention in Dallas, at Dallas Fan Expo. That's badass. I, of course, also met Brendan Fraser at that convention. I have a picture right there. Right there. Pretty proud of that. It was during the Renaissance, like before he won his Oscar. I got a ton of books back there. I also have a lot of movies, but there's some books hidden here and there. Was at a book festival and talked with him the night before. That's fantastic. When I was a kid, I was in, must have been like 4th grade. 3rd or 4th grade. And my school had the Scholastic Book Fair. And my dad entered me in like a drawing and I won, and he got me, you're allowed to get a free thing from the book fair, and he got me a box set of the Goosebumps book and surprised me with it. So I have all my Goosebumps books that I have now are from that box set that I got when I was a kid. And they had had a huge mummy on the front of it. I was like walking just like a giant mummy. It had all the classics in there. The first Goosebumps book that I ever read was called Deep Trouble, because I was obsessed with Jaws and it had a shark on it. That was the first Goosebumps book I ever read. Goosebumps show was a lot of fun. Tons of fun. Well, I'm kind of surprised that going through these trailers here, that not a lot of them were copyrighted. It was only the Jurassic Park one. So at least I know that what I'm doing is working, where I'll pause them every once in a while and, to avoid getting the copyright issue. Let's see. Rodimus. I met Frank Welker at BotCon 2012. I had the whole trip in meeting him with a birthday present. That's badass. I saw both Frank Welker and Peter Cullen at Fan Expo. Again, I didn't go meet them. I didn't have the money to get like autographs or whatever, but saw them both. That was very cool. You liked the Scythe series, Miss Fish. What's the Scythe series? Have I heard of that? Let me look that up. See if that's familiar. Scythe, Arc of a Scythe, by Neil Shusterman. I've never read these. Haven't even heard of them. I thought I did, but no. They don't look familiar. Gotta check those out. I love getting recommendations from y'all. It's super cool. I feel like I can, you know, always dip back in and see what you guys want me to watch or read. More so. But I'm thinking for the next stream that we do, I'll have another game to play, I hope. Or maybe I'll do a... You know what, let me ask you guys. I'll leave it up to you. So I've been wanting to do rankings on the channel. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of them, I do think that, like, people want to know my tastes and how I think in terms of, like, comparison to this something a studio's put out or a director's done. And I want to start with all of the animated films from, like, a certain studio. Like DreamWorks, Disney, Ghibli, that. And I was thinking about rewatching all the DreamWorks, Ghibli, Disney, whatever, and then doing a stream where I rank those films. Probably tier list them, since that's the easiest thing to do, is like a tier list. And I could do those on stream and then take that video of the stream and add that into its own video. So that way that's like a bonus video in between the next video essay that I work on. I think that would be fun too. Old school gaming. Rodimus, I want to meet Peter Cohen. I want to thank Frank for being my inspiration. It was his performance of Optimus Prime in Generation 1 that led to all the things I'm passionate about today. That's badass. I hope you get to meet Peter Cohen. He does a lot of convention appearances. Do Pixar first. Do you guys want to see me do Pixar? Is there a way to do a poll in the chat on YouTube? I don't think there is. Let's see. Engage. Start a poll. There it is. Okay, it's a yes or no. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so it's... Let's do this. Start poll. There's a poll out. It's out. Vote. Vote to your heart's content. And Tanner, I know it is the 20th anniversary. I saw that on Twitter. The 20th anniversary of the first Lego Star Wars game. Dude, I gotta, play it a little bit probably tonight on my own, on my CRT I got back here. I remember buying that when it first came out. First Lego Star Wars. Loved it. Democracy. This is democracy manifest. As was said by the greatest person being arrested ever. It's also a, a Star Wars reference to it. I love democracy. Looks like we're getting Pixar. Looks like it. I don't know when the poll ends. Do I stop it myself or? And I guess I'll leave it going for a little bit. But yeah, what I would do is I would watch all of those. I was going to put Disney in there, but I know that's going to take a minute. Like, I got to rewatch all the Walt Disney Animation Studios films so I can refresh myself with them. But Pixar doesn't have as many to rewatch, or like Ghibli or DreamWorks. But it looks like it's going to be Pixar from what I can tell by the poll so far. So we could do whenever... oh yeah, we could watch the trailer for Elio while that's going on. But I have seen the trailer for Elio on my phone. I didn't watch all of it, so this will be like a reaction. But it's Pixar, so we gotta be careful about the people on this one. Pull that up. Let's look at Elio. I'm interested in Elio. I'm interested. Let's watch that. But before I start it, what do you think is the most underrated Pixar film? I'm not sure. I think they all are fairly rated for the most part, I would say. Like, I haven't seen any that doesn't get as much appreciation, in my opinion, anyway. not sure. Let's watch Elio. Elio. And make sure to pause it frequently. We don't want to get copyrighted again. I'm gonna make sure.
Okay, come and get me.
So this looks a little bit like the animation style for Turning Red to me. Looks a little similar in terms of character design.
You okay? I'm trying to get abducted by aliens.
Okay, I'm glad he added that. I'm trying to that actually is funny. I like that. Have a great summer and read.
Yo, skipping school. I don't know if this is boundary testing or sleep regression or which one of these is you.
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
What happened to my man's eye? Get his eye poked out. Ready to get beat up? Glorden? Did that say Glorden? That's cute. Glorden. That's adorable.
My son, are you prepared to become the greatest war machine in the universe?
I don't know.
I love that I immediately recognize Brad. Oh my gosh, my brain. Brad something. Everybody Loves Raymond. Brad. With the deep voice. Robbie. He's the dad there, it looks like. I like that. And I like that it's the studio that brought you Inside Out too, because of how high Brad Garrett. Thank you so much, Michael. My goodness, I could not get the last name for the life of me. I love that it says Inside Out 2 because of how successful Inside Out 2 was. So glad I got to make it to one of your streams, even if just a little. Glad to have you here, Twisty Night. Glad to see you made it. We're just reacting to this Pixar trailer because we're thinking about doing a Pixar ranking on stream at some point. I gotta rewatch all the movies first, or at least the ones that I haven't seen in a while. I kind of know how I feel about some of them.
Your life isn't up there, Elio. You need to make friends.
I just want to belong somewhere. So if any aliens are listening, please come and get me. Okay, bye. I love you.
Does that kid break into a government installation, like a military base, and call aliens? Oh, it's Jimmy Neutron. That's what it is. It's Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy sends the message out to the aliens, and he's like, "Hey, you're an alien life form. I'm Jimmy Neutron." Then they abduct the parents. That's what it's gonna be. It's probably not, but that would be really funny if a Pixar movie did exactly what Jimmy Neutron did. That'd be really funny.
It's really happening.
We search the universe.
Thank God he can breathe in space. It is Jimmy Neutron. He can breathe in space for some reason.
For the dreamers and stargazers like you.
This is awesome! Are you gonna eat me? What? Ew. Oh, no.
Okay, my autism is showing up a little bit. This sound, this is really a little bit of the tism here. So, this web sound, that is from the Spider-Man video game from 2002. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man video game. Do not test me, I will pull it up. That is the sound effect. I know that sound effect like the back of my hand. That's what it is. Oh man, that's giving away. I've used the music from that game in several videos too.
Oh, no. My name's Elio. Well, what's your name? No one's ever asked me my name before. I'm Glorden. Back home, I didn't.
Glorden, we vibe with Glorden. Glorden's pretty cool. I can't believe you clocked that sound effect so fast. It's just called, it's a little bit of the tism. It's my childhood was that game. Got it for Christmas on my PlayStation 2. It was the second game I played on PlayStation 2. I know that sound like that. And I think it's in the movie too, but it's like in the game. It's like the one sound they use. They even use it as the select sound in the menus. So I know it, no problem.
Fit in. I thought Earth was the problem, but what if it's me? Well, I like you, and you seem fine to me.
Oh, I got some Queen music. They're really testing my copyright avoidance abilities by doing both Pixar and a Queen song. We stand Glorden. Oh, absolutely. Look at him. He reminds me of I don't know if you guys have seen Mickey 17. We talked about it a little bit on stream. They remind me of the creatures, the creepers they called them on in Mickey 17. Yeah, I like that he does look very Twisty Knight. I like that he does look very alien. Like it's not your typical like humanoid or like pet look. Like he does actually have like a unique design. Webb doesn't sound IRL. That is Spider-Man. Yeah, that's Spider-Man right there. Yeah, I know Webb doesn't sound in real life. You don't hear spiders going all the time in real life.
Never had a friend before. Me neither. Up top.
I am Grigon!
So the mom, they're doing like a parallel where the kid Elio, his mom is a military person, right? And so is Glorden's dad. They're gonna have to make peace. They're both little outcasts that find each other. It's definitely very Pixar. That's a very Pixar character thing that they do.
Prepare to be conquered!
But I just got here! Perhaps one of us could talk to Lord Grigon.
I am shy.
I'll do it! What a heroic figure.
He's gonna go talk to him and be like, yo, man, listen. We can all be buddies here. We can all be friends. We can all be buddies. And then he hits the kill button and blows them all up. Wouldn't it be crazy if Pixar went that route? You know they're not going to, but wouldn't it be really funny?
I'm finally fitting in, and now Grigon's gonna blow everyone up.
Oh, maybe he will. Maybe he will do it.
Friends need our help.
You made a friend?
See, that's like the heart of a Pixar movie. Is that kind of thing right there, where like you have like a fantastical story, but they're using it as like a connection from kids to their parents and friends. You know, that's sweet. It's a big part of what they do. I don't know, man. I'm kind of a sucker for it. Gotta be honest. I know I've seen it a million times, but I do like to see movies about outsiders finding friends and connecting with their families, because I was a bit of an outsider myself. You know, I connect with it. It's like me. I don't know. Just getting it from the trailer, you know? Send basically a coughing baby to a nuclear bomb. Hey, man. He's gonna do it. He's gonna talk sense into him. Have a little faith in my man.
You will feel my wrath. Glorden?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
No, Sadie.
He got a bendy straw. That's funny.
The other thing.
Oh, help me, Father.
Quiet, you.
What is that unholy sound? Stop!
Brad Garrett's a good voice actor.
These are the lava tunnels.
Glorden, I am not fireproof.
Why didn't you say something?
Well, this isn't gonna end well. This reminds me of oh, I don't want to spoil it. No, I won't spoil it. There's a horror film that has a scene like this called it has two titles. One, it's called I think it's, I'll look it up here in a second, but it has two titles, and it has a scene that reminds me of this.
Just get in my mouth.
Vor. No, I'm kidding.
It's actually kind of comfy in here. It
Oh,
is?
no.
I've never been in there.
Oh no, they leaned in. Ew, gross. No, don't like that. Oh, it looks cute. Looks like a cute movie. I hope it you know, I hope it has that Pixar feel that the best Pixar movies have. But the movie I was talking about was the Borderlands, I believe. Yeah, it was the Borderlands, and it was called Final Prayer in the US, and it was a found footage horror film that has a scene reminiscent of being trapped in like a small space. What if the movie just ended with him, get in my mouth, and that's it? Just eats him. Brave, The Good Dinosaur, Cars 3 are the only Pixar movies I haven't seen. I have not seen Cars 3. I've seen Brave and the Good Dinosaur. What's the only Pixar movie I haven't seen? Let me look it up. Let me see which ones I haven't seen yet. I think it's only Cars 3. Or no, I haven't seen Luca. I haven't seen Turning Red. And I think No, I haven't finished Lightyear, so unfortunately I gotta watch that. Trailer seems promising. I hope not many people bash on the trailer too hard. People will be alright with it. I don't know. People are weird nowadays about like trailers. I understand some trailers have like there's a legit reaction to them being like, you know, cringe or kind of reminiscent of, you know, something you don't like, but it looks like a fun kids movie, you know? Not that animation is just for kids. We all know how I feel about that, but some of them are marketed towards younger audiences, and I think younger audiences need those films, you know? A kids movie made for just kids is not a good kids movie, as they say. Not Lightyear, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I gotta sit through Lightyear to do the Pixar ranking, because it looks like we're gonna be doing the Pixar ranking. It's the only one that's getting any, it's the one that's winning the poll, without a doubt. But I'll do whatever one gets second in the poll, I'll do next, and then I'll do the third one last. Then one day I'm gonna have to do just the Walt Disney Animation Studios. All of them. But I'll be tier listing them. Or I could, I don't know. I want a tier list or rank. I think tier listing would be like the most visually, you know, interesting one to do on stream. I was so hyped for Lightyear after seeing it in theaters, I actually forgot about it. I was not hyped for Lightyear. Didn't look like anything I enjoyed. I have the OG Buzz Lightyear cartoon, man. That's what I got. Tanner, is Toy Story 5 being made a good or bad idea? It's a bad idea. It's a straight up bad idea. Considering Toy Story 4 wasn't even a good idea, in my opinion. But, yeah, I don't... Inside Out 2 was the exception to the rule where Pixar could make, like, a good sequel. They can. Inside Out 2 proved it. The other Pixar sequels I have not been crazy about except for literally Toy Story 2. And a little bit of Incredibles 2. But Toy Story 3 was good. I like Toy Story 3. But after all that, because like those, they took their time. Whereas now it's like they're leaning into the IP very hard. They're like, okay, we got to do another sequel to something years and years and years ago, you know. It's, you know. Yeah, what more could you do with Toy Story? I agree. Will the ranking be done worst to best or chronologically? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tier list it, so I'll do it in chronological order and then just put the films in that order, or like where I think they are on the tier list, to like bottom tier to like top. You know, and I would do. I don't want to, you know, on YouTube there's no like sign up sheet for this, and it's okay to be inspired by other creators, but I think the tier list would be a little different than like just doing the Schaefer-Liz thing and just ranking them all bottom to worst to best. Because like I love it, Schaefer-Liz. I don't want to rip the man off or anything, although I don't think he would consider it that. It's doing a ranking isn't just something he's done. I just, you know, want to do something that's a little different. Oh man, I have not watched Kung Fu Panda 4. I've been avoiding it because I heard it was mid, and I like the first two a lot, and I didn't love the third one already, so, like, but I'll be watching it for a DreamWorks ranking, so. Or tier listing, I should say. I call it ranking, but it's tier list, you know. Same thing. Same thing. Just like how they handle Tai Lung. Because, like, it's not even... Is it even Tai Lung in Kung Fu Panda 4? Without spoiling all of it, because I will have to watch it, but, like... I thought it was, like, the villain turns into him, but I don't think it's actually him, is it? Or do they do something with the actual character that I haven't seen? Disappointment in the game of life. Love Schaefer-Liz. Love Schaefer-Liz, and also like LS Mark does that too, where he's like, it does a huge like ranking, but he does it by like season. He'll watch a season of a show and then put their episodes in a worst to best, or best to worst, I should say. He does appear, not a lot, but in my opinion, he was a waste of potential and even a bit mischaracterized. Oh no. Especially considering he was like one of the best characters in the first film. That's disappointing. But I gotta watch it for a DreamWorks ranking, because it looks to me like what we're gonna do is on one stream we're gonna do Pixar. That'll be the first ranking that we do, and then we'll do Ghibli. That's second up in the poll, and then we'll do DreamWorks. And while I'm doing those, I'll be watching all the Walt Disney animation stuff. Toy Story 5 being about them with competing with electronics. Is that what they confirmed that it's going to be? Because I think they had a like a short film they did, because they do all those Toy Story short films where like this kid was playing on his iPad and the Bonnie girl was like playing with toys and was like, oh, come play with toys, and he got over an iPad. I think they're just expanding that idea. It's not a terrible idea. The problem that I have though is like, I don't know, what's the answer? You know? Because like with Toy Story 1 was this idea of like finding your identity, and Buzz being like, I am a toy, and it's okay that I am, because my purpose is to bring joy to someone else. Buzz's journey in that first film, and Woody's journey of being like, it's okay to share this kid. It's okay to work with someone to bring joy to someone else. They both went through that job. You know, in Toy Story 2, it was Woody's journey primarily of, it's okay, Andy is going to grow up, and it's okay to accept that that's going to happen, and you have to enjoy it while it's here. You don't want to try and run from it, because then you'll miss it. And that's what Toy Story 2 was about. And then 3 was accepting the reality that he's growing up and learning how to find joy somewhere else. Whereas 4, I think they already didn't really know what they were doing with 4. 5, what's the answer to that? You know? Oh, do Disney. So okay. Michael, I like that idea. Do the Disney rankings by decade. So we start like the 30s, and then we do. So like, I guess with Disney we'll have to start, because let's see. We look up a list of Walt Disney Animation Studios films. Good old Wikipedia that's gonna blind me and Wikipedia has a dark mode, doesn't it? I don't know. Anyway, so do this. So I would do one from like the 30s to the 40s for one, and then like the 50s to the 60s, and yeah. That'd be a good idea to break it up that way. There's like so many, you know. I like that idea. Michael, I like that idea. Good deal. That'd be a lot of fun. That way we can, and then I could do an overall, or like, then I could do one where it's like my favorite ones of all those decades. Which one do I like the most? Look at that. This is what it's all about. This right here, this collaboration, that's what it's about. Together, we are coming together, we're learning about each other. We're giving each other ideas and feedback. There's literally a dark mode sitting right here. It is right in front of my face, and I have not clicked it. Mason, come on, Mason. Is there a dark mode on Wikipedia? And it's literally right here. Like, I was looking around like, oh, man, it's so bright. It's sitting right in front of my face. Mason, come on, man. You're embarrassing yourself in front of the people. The adoring public. But yeah, I think we got a good setup there. Also, I should also ask, since, you know, we're talking about what we're going to do in other streams, I played through The Force Unleashed entirely on the gaming streams. Gotta go. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Twisty Night. Appreciate it. And appreciate the feedback and the suggestions as well. Hope to catch you on the next one. Coco 2 is one I also feel kind of like about. Like, I feel like, again, there's not a lot you can do. Because Coco was really good. I need to watch it again, but Coco was like super good. My cousin's kids love Coco. That's the last time I watched it. They were hanging out around like Christmas time and they watched it, and I got to watch it again around that time. Coco had such a beautifully like ended story, and like I don't know what you could do more with that. But I'm interested to see what they could do with it. It's a little different than Toy Story, where it's like, okay, you're beating the dead horse. Maybe with Coco, there's like wiggle room, because I didn't think you could do an Inside Out 2, and they did it very well. So I'm more open to that one than I am Toy Story, I will say, Tanner. Anyway, what I was saying, though, is what games we want to play on stream. What do you guys want to see me play on stream? Because I got, like, got a bunch of OG Star Wars games. You know, as you know, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I've also got some games that I can play with my brothers. I got like Repo and all that other stuff. Play some Souls games. We'll just have to see what I'm feeling like. What I'm feeling like. I also love older games. I could emulate some PS2 games on here that I grew up with. Play Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. I would love to do that. That'd be a lot of fun. Super Metroid. Yes. Ooh. That'd be a lot of fun. That's my favorite game. That and Silent Hill 2. Which could also do on stream. Kingdom Hearts 2 is a big one. I want to do that. I'm gonna do some tests on how to like get my face cam footage and gaming footage recorded at the same time, but also separately, so I can take that Kingdom Hearts 2 footage that I play on stream and use that footage in my review of Kingdom Hearts 2. My playthrough for the first time, because that would be the first time I ever played it. It'll be a sequel to my first video that I did on Kingdom Hearts. Roblox horror. Be kind of scary, wouldn't it? My brothers are all big into Roblox. I think I played Roblox for like a total of 10 minutes. What's my cartoon crush? Terry Needham. Oh, man. You know, I was a big Shigo fan growing up of Kim Possible. Shigo specifically. Big Shigo fan when I was growing up. I made a joke about it in a video, one of my early videos. And also, like, I don't know. If there was a goth character in a cartoon, I was pretty into it. It's a common joke now, but they put that stuff into all like the cartoons, and now it ruined a generation of like, I want goth girlfriends. Yeah. Also Chell from Road to El Dorado for obvious reasons. Oh my god, it says robot. It didn't say Roblox. Wow. Robot horror. Fucking hell. Robot horror. I read Roblox. For a second, I lost connection to OBS. Are we still streaming? I hope we're still streaming because it froze on like the best frame of me. Okay, we're still streaming. Thank God. Okay. My OBS disconnected with me leaning back in the chair all sad over the Roblox thing. That's perfect. That would have been a hilarious way for the stream to end. That would have been so funny. But we're back. Thank God. We back again? Okay, we are. It disconnected for like 2 seconds. We're good. I think it's because the people in my house are playing games, streaming, so it's disrupting the connection. It's what happens when you share a home. Rob the Wonderful, YouTuber. I have not watched Rob the Wonderful. Looks interesting though. Latest news and reviews from the world of animation. Animation Sector channel. That looks cool. Have to check it out. Games in this economy? What's poppin', Chris? Glad to see you here. The Spider-Man 2 the Spider-Man PS2 game was a huge part of my growing up and my upbringing. That was my second PS2 game I ever played. When I grew up, I woke up on Christmas morning, I think 2003, 4, 2005 maybe, and my dad had hooked up to the living room TV a PlayStation 2, brand new, and it had Turok Evolution and Spider-Man the movie, the game, on it. I played Turok Evolution because there was dinosaurs in it. That was the reason my dad got it for me. Did not realize it was rated M. Had no idea. Didn't know about the concept of game ratings. And then we played Spider-Man. Yeah, robot horror films. I got it. I did get it figured out eventually, Michael. It was my brain rot reading it as Roblox. But yeah, robot horror films would be a lot of fun. Because there's like a techno horror element to that. That would be really cool to talk about. Thank you for the video suggestion, Michael. Merch plug now. I do have merch that I'm working on. I have to do it officially in a upcoming video, but I have merch that is going to be made available at some point. I'm working out the website, getting it designed, and I have a few designs that are coming in. T-shirt, hat, all that good stuff. Got my logo on it. Very excited to show that to everybody. Spider-Man on GameCube, but had the games were great. Yeah, Spider-Man on GameCube. It's the same. That's where I have it now. I have it on GameCube now. That's the copy I have, but it's the same. Oh, it's right there. I literally have it in my little case up here. There it is. Had that on PS2, and I have it on GameCube. And then Spider-Man 2, the game, was also incredible. And now we have 2 great new Spider-Man games, too. Spider-Man games are great because Spider-Man has, in my opinion, objectively the coolest mode of transportation of any superhero. Like, I know flying and, like, the Batmobile is super cool, but web swinging just can't be beat. Web swinging is so cool. Techno horror, yeah. I could just do all of that and combine, like, the idea of robots and technology into a horror genre. That'd be a lot of fun. Write that down for a future video to research. Thank you, Michael. I love the feedback you guys are giving me on this stream. This is great. The streaming has been great. I've truly enjoyed it. It's been such a cool way to like throw an idea out there and then get everybody's immediate feedback on it instead of me being like, I wonder if this is gonna work. You know? Right. Yeah, web swinging has a sense of challenge, especially like, you know, in terms of like a boss battle, swinging around and trying to make sure you can like position yourself just right. It's great. 10 concurrent viewers. Look at that. Look at all these people showing up. Asking to do a Terminator. Terminator vid would be a lot of fun. You could incorporate that into Robo or Techno Horror. Terminator. You can absolutely. Tech Noir, I believe, is the what they called it in the actual. In the film, there's literally a club called Tech Noir, which is like the perfect way to describe the genre of Terminator. I did play the Ultimate Spider-Man game, Tanner. Loved it. Played that one on GameCube. I remember that one a lot because it had the Spider-Man voice actor in that game. The Spider-Man voice actor was Mac from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. PS1 Spider-Man games, yeah. Dude, Spider-Man games in general are just awesome. I think he's one of the very few superheroes, him and Batman, that get like really good games consistently, or at least have some of the best games ever made of like the genre. Giant bug movies, hell yeah. That'd be a fun topic. It'll be hard on me. I'm a intense arachnophobe. I'd have to, you know, edit with like my eyes covered, you know. Bump the mic there. Been going for a couple hours here. But it looks like we got a pretty definitive result on the ranking. Oh, Tremors. Tremors is so goated. Oh my gosh. My mom got me into Tremors. My mom loves Tremors. Tremors is so fun. Kevin Bacon, hilarious in that movie, and so is his co-star in that film. And I love the graboids, as they're called. The giant bugs in that, or like the underground worm things. Love it. Super fun. Super fun concept for a movie monster as well. Let me write this down right quick. What we're gonna do in terms of ranking. We're gonna rank Pixar, or no, it's Pixar first. Ghibli second. And DreamWorks third. There we go. Those are set. Set. Definitely watch the first Tremors, if any of them. It's the best one. Genuinely just a great mainstream B movie. Super fun. Well, if I'm going to rank all these movies, I guess I better start watching them again. Especially the ones I haven't seen. And hit up Disney Plus and also my DVD collection over there. Blu-ray collection. And watch them. And start doing that. Well, it's about time for me to run, especially considering everybody in this house is going to start playing games and ruin the stream connection anyway. But thank you guys for a great stream. As always. Sorry I didn't, sorry about that little bit of connection issue there towards the end and all that, but we're good. And the copyright issue, we're fine. We're fine, though. Watching in release order. Yes, I'll be watching them in release order, or at least the ones I haven't seen in a good while. Like, there are some I definitively know where I'm going to put them, but other ones I want to watch and see what happens, We made it through. We did survive, Miss Fish. We did survive. And Chris, too. Thank you. Have a good one. Thanks for showing up, everybody, as always. Can't wait for the next stream. Will be happening pretty soon. Probably going to take the day off tomorrow to start watching those and work on my newest video as well. It's coming out, the horror movie musicals video I'm working on. And very excited for that. Love streaming. I've had a great experience doing it. Thank you guys so much for everything, for all your support. And I will see you in the next video and in the next stream. Take care and have a wonderful night, everybody. Bye-bye.